Does the universe have a purpose, or are we simply a fortunate accident in a vast, unthinking cosmos? This is one of the oldest and most profound questions humanity has ever asked. It sits at the heart of a fascinating discussion between two very different thinkers, the astronomer Carl Sagan, the commentator Dennis Prager. Their conversation was not a shouting match. It was a clear and respectful exchange of ideas. They explored the grandest topics imaginable. They debated God, science, faith, our place in the universe. Looking back at their dialogue gives us a powerful lens for examining these timeless questions with clarity and intellectual honesty. Their debate represents a collision of two worldviews. One view is rooted in faith and the feeling that life is too intricate to be an accident. The other is grounded in scientific skepticism and the demand for verifiable evidence. Sagan approached the universe as a mystery to be solved through observation and experiment. Prager approached it as a creation imbued with inherent meaning and moral direction. In this exploration, we will examine the strongest arguments from both sides without bias, define core terms like God, faith, evidence, evolution, and learn how to discuss them honestly and respectfully, with wonder for the universe we all share. Dennis Prager's position begins with an idea that feels intuitive to many people. He looks at the complexity of life and sees a designer. He argues that the intricate systems within a living organism, like the human pancreas or the brain, could not have simply arranged themselves by chance. To him, the very existence of something so complex and functional implies a creator. Imagine you are walking on a beach and find a pocket watch lying in the sand. You pick it up and examine its gears, its hands, its intricate mechanism. You would never conclude that the wind and waves randomly assembled this object. You would know instantly that a watchmaker must have designed and built it. Prager extends this logic to the biological world. He suggests that a living creature, vastly more complex than a watch, must also have a designer. For him, a watch implies a watchmaker, and a creation implies a creator. In our world, complexity and function are the hallmarks of intelligent design. When we see these in nature, it is natural to infer a similar cause. Prager contends that this is not just a feeling, but a logical step. Order and beauty, from a single cell to a human being, are not evidence of random processes. Carl Sagan listens to the watchmaker argument and offers a powerful scientific rebuttal. The analogy sounds persuasive at first, but there is a fundamental flaw. A watch cannot reproduce. It cannot mutate. It cannot pass on its traits. Living organisms, on the other hand, can do all of these things. This difference is the very engine of biological change. Enter Charles Darwin. Not a belief, but a well-tested scientific explanation. The key is not pure chance, but evolution by natural selection. Consider the diversity of dogs. Tiny dachshund, massive Great Dane. All dogs descend from a common ancestor. Humans created this variety in just a few thousand years by choosing which dogs to breed. Need a burrow dog? Select the low-slung parents. This is artificial selection. If humans can shape such diversity quickly, what can nature do? Nature has no brain and needs none. It uses a simple, powerful mechanism. Organisms vary. Variations are heritable. Some traits aid survival and reproduction. Those traits persist across generations. Over immense time, small changes accumulate. Natural selection. Pancreas and liver did not appear fully formed. They are products of a long, unguided history of adaptation. Evidence is overwhelming. Fossils, genetics, and anatomy. Science provides a natural explanation, making a supernatural designer unnecessary. A central theme for Sagan is the scale of the universe. Prager argues that without humanity, the universe has no point. Sagan responds by inviting us to consider our actual place in the cosmos. He calls it a demotion from our self-appointed central role. Grasp the size and age of the universe, and the egocentric view begins to look, as Sagan puts it, a little hilarious. We live on a tiny planet, a pale blue dot, orbiting a very ordinary star, one of roughly 400 billion in the Milky Way, and our galaxy is one among hundreds of billions. True humility is recognizing our smallness. and letting that fuel exploration and understanding. This offers meaning rooted in curiosity, discovery, and our connection to a vast, ancient cosmos. Definitions at the crossroads. What do we mean by God? When Prager asks Sagan if he is an atheist, Sagan replies, "What do you mean by God?" The word is incredibly ambiguous and often masks profound disagreements. Without a clear definition, conversation goes nowhere. Sagan outlines a spectrum: traditional, personal God, the being many people pray to. Sagan states there is no compelling evidence for such a being. Then the God of Einstein or Spinoza, the sum total of physical laws, order, elegance, and mathematical beauty governing the cosmos. Also the deist God, a do-nothing king who creates then retires. Praying to this God would be pointless. A simple yes or no becomes meaningless without a definition. Vagueness is not an aid to truth. Use sharper, more specific language. Ask, was the universe created from nothing? Is there an intelligence that answers prayers? Or do you mean the laws of physics? Clarity is a hallmark of science, especially for emotionally charged words. The core tension boils down to a single question. What is the proper basis for belief? For Prager and many traditions, the answer is faith. Trust in a higher power, a divine plan. For Sagan, the answer is evidence. Faith is belief in the absence of evidence. Withhold belief until there is compelling support, and raise standards for what matters most to us. If a claim is emotionally appealing, that is when we must be most skeptical. Consider channelers claiming to reach the dead. Desire can mislead and defraud. Skepticism is intellectual honesty, not cynicism. This separates science from pseudoscience. Science skeptically interrogates the universe, hypothesize, test, revise. The universe is the arbiter. We must change our minds if evidence demands it. Literalism can invert this, start with a conclusion and force-fit reality. Age of Earth, origin of species, causes of disease. These require scientific evidence. When faith overrides evidence, it becomes a combustible mix of ignorance and power. Dangerous for society. The debate does not shy away from why people turn to religion. Prager's perspective is rooted in comfort, meaning, and hope, especially amid suffering and death. Religion offers answers, afterlife, reunion, cosmic justice. For billions, this brings immense solace. Sagan responds with empathy. He missed his parents deeply and wished to speak with them again. He even had vivid moments of hearing their voices, but he did not take this as evidence. He offered a psychological account. Memory recreates familiar voices. Feeling real is not the same as being real. Compassionate skepticism respects emotion without accepting claims at face value. Sagan suggests other comforts: the beauty of life, the joy of being alive, the love of family. Illness did not lead him to conversion. It deepened his appreciation of each moment in the one world he knew for sure was real. Prager worries about morality's foundation. Without God, can right and wrong be objective? Religion grounds ethics in divine command, absolute rules with weight. Sagan acknowledges religious good but questions whether divinity is necessary. He points to empathy, reason, experience, and cooperation. Moral codes evolve. Practices once accepted, slavery, subjugation, are now condemned. Our understanding is not static, it grows. Science, revealing shared heritage and interdependence, can widen compassion. Two sources: Prager's eternal rules from a creator, Sagan's human construction from empathy, reason, and social cooperation. Ultimately, it is not about picking a winner, but weighing consequences. Asked about purpose, Sagan's answer is simple: we're on our own. Not despair, responsibility. The future is in our hands, not an unseen authorities. Sagan warns of pseudoscience, superstition, and fundamentalist thinking in a technological age. Science is a way of thinking. Be skeptical, question authority, demand evidence. Tools vital to democracy. So where do we find truth? In faith or evidence? Comfort. In a divine plan or human resilience? Meaning, In the sky, within ourselves, or in each other? Their respectful exchange gives us the right questions and a model for dialogue. Share your thoughts below and subscribe to Sacred Arguments for more debates, speeches, and intellectual discussions.